Bandits attack Kaduna community, kill 6 persons. FG reduces tariff for Band A customers from 225 naira per kilowatt to 206 naira. Adamawa state government extends school holiday over measles outbreak. And on the foreign scene, death toll from Kenyan flood passes 200. Hello, welcome to News Updates on Trust TV. I am Lilian Ogazi. And now to the news in detail. Bandits on Sunday night killed 6 persons after an attack on Ambe community in Sanga local government area, Kaduna State. The spokesman of the Kaduna State Police Command, Monsieur Hassan, who confirmed the incident, said one suspect has been arrested in connection with the attack. According to Hassan, police operatives from Sanga Divisional Police Station and troops of Operation Safe Haven, upon getting a distress call, rushed to the community and engaged the bandits in a gun duel, during which one of the bandits was arrested while the rest escaped into the forest with bullet wounds. Meanwhile, the member representing German's Sanga Federal Constituency, Daniel Amos, said in a statement the 6 people were killed in the attack while 8 others sustained injuries and are receiving medical treatment at the hospital. While condemning the latest attack aimed at destabilizing the peace and security in his constituency, the federal lawmaker called on all residents of Sanga local government area to remain calm and peaceful as they work towards finding a lasting solution to the insecurity in the area. 2 policemen and 3 vigilante operatives, otherwise known as Neighborhood Watch Group, have been confirmed dead after attack by a gang of rampaging hoodlums in Iga community in Uzowani local government area of Enugu State. One villager was also confirmed dead when combined security operative allegedly invaded the community following the attack on them by unknown gunmen. The hoodlums on Friday evening attacked and killed a security operative at Ada Rice Production Nigeria Limited, a farm settlement close to the community. Following an operation by the suspended ESN members to comb the area to ward off invading herders, confirming the killing of the operative, the Enugu State Police Command said the unprovoked and unwarranted attack and gruesome murder of 2 policemen and 3 Neighborhood Watch Group members were carried out by harbored criminal members of the community. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Correctional Service has so far recaptured 19 out of the 119 inmates who escaped from the Suleja Medium Security Custodial Center in Niger State on April 24, 2024. The spokesperson for the NCOS, Abubakar Umar, disclosed this on Sunday. 10 fleeing inmates were rearrested on the morning of Thursday, April 25th, and in the evening, another 3 were recaptured. On April 29th, 3 more fleeing inmates were rearrested. The relentless downpour on Wednesday night, April 24th, wreaked havoc on the Suleja Custodial Center, resulting in extensive damage to the facility and facilitating the escape of 119 inmates. Now, to security issues, the federal government has approved a downward review of the electricity tariff for Band A customers from 225 naira kilowatts per hour to 206 naira kilowatt. A public notice by the Ikeja Electric stated that the reduction was contained in the May 2024 supplementary order by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission. It added that the tariff for bands B, C, D, and E remains unchanged. Recall that NERC had in April approved an upward review for Band A customers from 68 naira to 266 naira. A move it called service reflective price to improve liquidity in the electricity sector. The increase made it mandatory for the electricity distribution company DISCOs to ensure customers under the band get at least 20 hours of power supply daily. Meanwhile, residents of Jalingo, Taraba State Capital, has called for the connection to the Kashimbela hydropower station located in the southern part of the state. They said the current power outage being experienced in Jalingo for over 12 days would have been solved if Jalingo is linked to Kashimbela hydropower station, which has the capacity to generate 40 megawatts. Abubakar Sani, a Jalingo-based rice miller and businessman, said the current power outage being experienced has exposed the imbalance of power distribution in the state between Southern Taraba Senatorial Zone and Central and Northern Senatorial Zones of the state. According to him, the power generated in Kashimbila Hydropower Station is more than enough for Taraba State, and wondered why only one zone is linked to the station, leaving the rest two zones, including Jalingo, the state capital, out. Now to some issues surrounding party politics. The Lamidi Apapa faction of the Labour Party has faulted the appointment of an interim chairman of the party in Gombe State by the Nigerian Labour Congress. The faction of the party frowned on the development and labelled it unacceptable. Also, the Julius Abure faction disclosed that it was not aware of the development, adding that it already has a substantive state chairman in Gombe. There has been a conflict between the NLC and the LP leadership recently, with the crisis escalating to the point where the NLC accused the LP national chairman Julius Abure of running the affairs of the party as a sole administrator. The NLC Political Commission, through its National Secretary Chris Uyot, took charge and endorsed the erstwhile Gombe LP chairman Sani Abdulsalam, who was allegedly dismissed by the Julius Abure-led National Working Committee for Anti-Party Activities. Uyot announced that Abdulsalam would oversee the affairs of the party, pending the conduct of local government elections in the state. And in Edo State, the Speaker of the Edo State House of Assembly, Blessing Abebaku, on Monday, suspended 3 lawmakers over an alleged plot to impeach him and other principal officers of the Assembly. One of the suspended lawmakers, Donald Okobe of the PDP, who represented Akoko Edo, too, is an ally of the impeached Deputy Governor, Philip Shuaibu, and was the only lawmaker who did not sign the petition that led to Shuaibu's impeachment. The 2 others are Ade Emaku Isbo and APC Eshan Northeast 1 and Iyamu Brights PDP Orori Wonwo 2. Abebaku also accused the trio of bringing native doctors to the house on May 1st around 1 a.m. to perform a sacrifice. Abebaku said the 3 lawmakers were suspended indefinitely, alleging that external forces were influencing them to cause chaos and remove the House leadership. The suspension of the lawmakers, however, created tension in the House as the affected lawmakers kicked against their suspension. Still in Edo State, the government has given a 7-day ultimatum to illegal miners operating in the Ebetua Autonomous Community in Ososo Akoko Edo local government area of the state to vacate the site. The government said after 7 days, any illegal miners found in the area would face the wrath of the law. The State Commissioner for Mining and Energy, Enaholo Ojofor, who led a team of security personnel to meet with chiefs and elders of the community on Saturday, finally gave the ultimatum to the miners on behalf of Governor Obaseki. He said that the state government is interested in the growth and development of the locality, noting that it had zero tolerance for crime and illegalities in the state. Reports said that about 1,000 workers, mostly from the northern part of the country, were working on the site to the shock of the locals. The mining site, it was gathered, had been in operation for over 25 years and was located inside the Odo Bush, about 15 kilometers from Ososo town. Now in Lagos State, the Commissioner for Fiscal Planning and Urban Development, Oluyinka Olumide, stated that 80% of buildings in Ibeju-Lekki have no approval. He disclosed this in a chat with journalists. According to him, over 80% of estates in Ibeju-Lekki do not have approval. Olumide noted that a layout permit cannot be obtained if it is not zoned for the purpose it was designed for or for the purpose it was being requested. In the same vein, the Chief Executive Officer of Octo 5 Holdings, Jide Odusolu, said Lekki Peninsula's master plan got distorted post-2010 due to rapid development with newer estates sidestepping old regulations. And in Benue State, the governor of the state, Hyacinth Alia, has called on the Nigerian media to hold public office holders and society at large accountable in order to achieve good governance. The governor stated this at an event to commemorate this year's World Press Freedom Day. Also present at the event was the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, who reaffirmed the government's commitment to safeguarding press freedom, promoting diverse opinions, and protecting the rights of journalists. The national president of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, Christopher Izugo, called on governments at all levels to support journalists in their quest to bring about good governance in the society.
We all have a role to play in democracy. And democracy must be fought for. Democracy must be defended. Good governance is a very simple way of defending democracy. I remain indebted to this organization and to all people of goodwill out there who are at the tenet and different platforms of defending democracy.
Democracy can never thrive without free press. So even when political leaders tell you that they want to ensure that there's press freedom, it is important for you to remind us all the time that indeed the press needs to be free so that everyone will enjoy the dividends of democracy.
In every corner of our nation, journalists are unsung heroes, the torchbearers of truth and freedom. Tonight, as we gather to honor the brave men and women who have dedicated their lives to the pursuit of truth, justice, and freedom, is an opportunity for us to reaffirm our commitment to press freedom and good governance.
I strongly believe that for a vibrant, and free press to thrive in any nation, including our country, Nigeria, there is the need for an enabling legal environment and efficient judicial system. This realization underpins the commitment of the 10th Assembly House of Representatives to the review of moribund media laws in order to bring them in tandem with modern realities and democratic ethos and principles.
This is News Update coming to you from Trust TV. Coming up, Just Community accuses state government of demolition without prior notice. We're going on break. Do stay. You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is News Updates coming to you from Trust TV. Let's take a quick look at our headline stories again. Bandits attack Kaduna community, kill 6 persons. Federal government reduces tariff for Band A customers from 225 naira to 206 naira. Now moving on, the Adamawa state government has ordered the immediate closure of all public and private primary schools following the outbreak of measles in the region. The decision, which was announced on Monday, aims to mitigate the spread of the disease and enable the state primary health care development agency to vaccinate the vulnerable age group. In a statement signed by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education and Human Capital Development, Aisha Umar, the ministry rescheduled the school resumption date to Monday, May 13, 2024. The statement further directed all public and private schools to comply with the directive since the outbreak has already claimed the lives of 42 children in the state. The government said it is taking the necessary measures to contain the disease and prevent further casualties. And in Jos, residents of the British American Junction in Jos North Local Government area of Plateau State are accusing the Plateau State government of demolishing their houses without any justifiable reason or prior notice. Now, according to the community, the action has caused them to suffer unavoidable losses to the tune of several millions of naira, while some have lost their sources of livelihood. Ado Musa completes the story.
According to the affected resident of the community, the demolition was a deliberate attempt to force them out of the area. They explained that the plot of the land on which they were building were duly purchased from a former chairman of Lantan North local government area, Mr. Alfred Gono, adding that they were provided with all the necessary documentation after acquiring the land. They emphasized that both the Jos Metropolitan Development Board JMDB, and the State Ministry of Land and Survey had acknowledged the purchase of the plots, pointing out that it was the same Ministry of Lands and Survey that issued a site plan before they began building in the area.
JNDB sun zo sun shigo wannan gurin ba tare da mun zauna da su ko sun neme mu ba.
Officials of the Jos Metropolitan Development Board (JMDB) just arrived the area without giving us any prior notice. The board did not inquire how and when we got the plot of the land. They just started demolishing our houses. If they are claiming we are building on the waterways, then I urge you to go and see it yourself. What about houses that were built far from the waterway? They were also demolished.
Wannan guri an zo an sayar mana shi kuma wanda ya sayar mana gurin genuine
the person that sold this land to us is alive. It was legally acquired. We have all our papers which we are certified by the Jos Metropolitan Development Board, Ministry of Land and Survey, and even traditional rulers of the community as far back as 2021. What is our offense? We don't even understand why the houses were demolished.
Wannan abu da ya faru ibtila'i ne ya fada mana sai dai mu ce inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi
Development Board has not done well to demolish our houses. Any demolition is always carried out with following an order of a court of competent jurisdiction and a notice to that effect. The day they came was the same day they demolished the houses. Go and see the distance between the waterway and the building. What have we done to deserve this? Responding to the allegations, the general manager, Jos Metropolitan Development Board, Had Bankat, said the buildings were erected on the waterway.
Building is being done is simply to be able to inspect, direct and guide you on whether it is supposed to be existent there or not. And we always emphasize that there are condemnable and non-condemnable buildings. You know, when people remain recalcitrant, the major thing they want to do is to go ahead and dare government. Now today we have come not just to make a statement, we are not doing this as a show off. We are telling anybody who is building on waterways, even before the executive order number 3 came out, the governor was magnanimous enough to have given them 3 months grace for everybody to regularize his paper, so that for those who are condemnable, they pay and get their approvals. For those that are not condemnable, they will have to start taking them off. But I think this is going to be a strong message to them, to know that we are not joking about it. So anybody who does not have an approval and feels he wants to dare government, he can go ahead.
It will be recalled that the state government had recently signed Executive Order number 003 of 2024 for the control of building and vehicular traffic in the state. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
And now moving to the foreign scene, the death toll in Kenya's devastating floods has risen to at least 228 people. At least 72 people are currently reported missing and 164 have been wounded. The government spokesperson, Isaac Mora, on Sunday said more than 203,000 people have been affected by the floods. Authorities continue to enforce the evacuation order that was issued on May 2nd in Nairobi County. Alone, 163,000 residents have been evacuated from riparian areas as the government arranged alternative accommodation. This figure accounts for forcibly or voluntary evacuations. Mara insists that the country remains safe for tourism, even as holidaymakers and staff were evacuated from the Masai Mara National Reserve in southwestern Kenya last week. Rangers manager Philippa Clement has revealed Leon Balogu sustained an injury in the club's 4-1 win against Kiliman Rock. Balogu started the game and was replaced at halftime by Ben Davis. The injury could derail Balogu's chances of getting a new contract at the Ibrox. The 35-year-old's current contract will expire at the end of the season. Balogu has made 14 league appearances for the Light Blues in the current campaign. Still on sports, Julian Lopetegui has agreed a deal to become West Ham's manager at the end of the season. Nothing has been signed yet, but the 57-year-old is close to making a return to management following his departure from Wolves in August last year. Current Hammers boss David Moyes has come under increasing pressure after a poor run of results that has seen his side one win of their past 9 Premier League games and exit the Europa League in the quarter-finals. West Ham were thrashed 5-0 by Chelsea on Sunday to leave them 9th in the table. He won the Europa League with the Sevilla in 2020 before moving to Montpellier 2 years later. Well, with that, we've come to the end of News Update here on Trust TV. Do well to follow us across all our social media platforms for more news, programs, and documentaries. Thanks for watching. My name is Lilian Ogazi. Bye for now.